6 months ago, I was desperate to escape my marriage, convinced my husband no longer saw me. Today, I'm holding his hand, utterly consumed by a love so fierce it hurts. A love forged in the shadow of a near-fatal accident. I don't even know where to begin. Maybe I just need to scream this into the void, because I haven't really stopped crying for 6 months. My husband, 40 men, and I, 36 female, have been together for 15 years, married for 11. We have 2 kids, a 9-year-old boy and a 3-year-old daughter. And I swear, it didn't used to be like this. He was goofy and affectionate. He'd pull me in close when I was anxious and just hold me until the world stopped spinning. He remembered every little thing, like how I hated pulp in my orange juice, or how I couldn't fall asleep unless the closet door was closed. He used to make me feel like I mattered more than anything. Then our boys were born, and that's when everything started to change. I told myself it was just exhaustion, the brutal kind only new parents know. But it didn't get better. He grew quieter, more shut down. The texts stopped. No more silly, hey, thinking of you messages. He was never really home, and when he was, his eyes were glazed over, like his body was there, but his mind was somewhere unreachable. I'd talk about my day, and he'd grunt or stare blankly at his phone. By the time our daughter was born, we were strangers sharing the same space. Conversations were reduced to bills and daycare schedules. I remember sitting at the dinner table one night, realizing I hadn't laughed with him in months, and he didn't even notice. I kept telling myself he'd come back, and he never did. About 8 months ago is when I hit my breaking point. We were in the kitchen, and I just lost it. Tears streaming down my face. I told him I couldn't do this anymore, and that I felt invisible, like I didn't matter. I was begging for something, any sign he still cared, and he just sat there, eyes empty like I was a ghost. That night, I started mentally preparing for a divorce. Emotionally, I was done. I just hadn't said it out loud yet. That was until 6 months ago when my entire life changed, in an instant. It started out like any other day. My car was in the shop, and I reluctantly asked my husband to drive me to get groceries. He didn't want to. I could see it in his face, with the way his jaw tightened, but he eventually agreed. We were crossing the parking lot when I heard the screech of tires on asphalt. I barely had time to turn before I saw a white BMW barreling towards us. Before I even reacted, my husband shoved me aside with everything he had. I hit the ground hard with my skin scraping against the rough concrete, and I looked up just in time to see him getting hit. The sound it made, I'll never forget it, like a bag of meat slamming into concrete. He bounced off the hood and landed hard. I screamed so loud people stopped in their tracks. I couldn't feel my legs. I was just sobbing, shaking, trying to cradle his head, even though there was blood in his mouth and he wasn't breathing right. I remember more people rushing over and someone shouting to call 911. I was on my knees, holding his face, rocking back and forth, saying, "Please don't die, please don't die. I love you, I love you, I love you." The car sped off without plates, and no one managed to catch it. I remember hearing sirens and the EMT talking to me, but I couldn't make out the words. At the hospital, they said he had internal bleeding, a fractured femur, a punctured lung, and cracked ribs. No head trauma, thank goodness, but he was unconscious from the shock and blood loss. They had to put him in a medically induced coma. I sat beside my husband in the ICU room and just fell apart. I held his hand and told him I loved him over and over again, begged him not to go, told him I'd forgive everything. I didn't want to raise our babies without their daddy. I didn't want to sleep alone. I didn't want to be in this world without the person I loved the most. He woke up the next day groggy, barely able to speak, just Soft whispers of, "I love you," and "I'm sorry." That broke my heart every time. For a week and a half, that's all he could manage. Then, slowly, my husband started to talk more. One afternoon, he told me that right before the car hit, everything flashed before his eyes. His life, our kids, the time we've spent together. But in that moment, his life suddenly meant nothing compared to mine. And then, for the first time in forever, he opened up to me, saying that he'd been a terrible husband. After our son was born, the pressure to provide crushed him. Every paycheck disappeared before he could breathe. He worked nonstop and stayed up all night worrying. The stress turned to frustration, the frustration to anger, and he took it out on us by shutting down. Because in his head, we'd be better off without him.
What hurt me the most was hearing my husband say he thought my life might be better if he disappeared, which was one of the reasons why he pushed me away from the car. He was terrified of turning into his father, the man who destroyed his mother. And in some ways, he believed he already had. He looked me in the eyes and said he didn't deserve another chance. But if I gave him one, he would fight every day to become a better man. I was sobbing as I heard this. Listening to the things he'd never shared before made me want to take away all his suffering. Seeing him in this much pain was so overwhelming. Despite everything, all I wanted was to be there for him and protect him. When he got better, I brought the kids to see him. I was nervous about how they'd react. He still looked rough, and I wasn't sure if they'd be scared. But our first one ran straight to him like nothing ever happened. He started talking about Sonic the Hedgehog. It's his favorite game, and what he ate for lunch. My husband held him close, and I could see the tears in his eyes, even though he tried to blink them away. Our daughter hung back at first. She didn't say anything and just stood near the bed. Then she stepped closer and started tugging gently at his blanket. That's when he started crying. A few tears slipped down his face, and he didn't try to hide them. He pulled them both in and gave them a big hug. The kids didn't really understand the full weight of it, of course. To them, it was just Daddy again. But for us, it was everything. Recovery has been hard. My husband still walks with a limp. Some days the pain flares up and knocks the wind out of him, but he pushes through. He never misses a therapy session, even when he's tired or sore or just fed up. He gets frustrated sometimes, like when he drops something or moves too fast and pays for it later. But he keeps going. He packs the kids' lunches, he sings ridiculous songs while brushing their teeth, making them giggle so hard they forget to spit. He reads bedtime stories in silly voices and lets our daughter fall asleep on his chest, even when it means his back will ache for hours. But it's not just the kids he's showing up for. He's showing up for me in ways I didn't realize. He really listens now, asks about my day without checking out, steps in when I'm overwhelmed. I don't even have to say a word. He holds my hand during errands, kisses me goodbye and hello, apologizes more, and actually means it. He opens up, even when it's hard. He even talks about planning a getaway to Hawaii once he's healed. And now, when he tells me he loves me, I feel it deep in my bones. I love him so much it hurts. I love the man he was, the man he became, and the man who fought like hell to come back to us. I catch myself looking at him when he's reading to our daughter, and I feel this tidal wave of emotion. I almost lost my husband and will never take him for granted again. We're healing slowly. It's messy and sometimes scary, but I'm not going anywhere. My husband saved my life, and now I finally think he's learning how to live it again. Has anyone else experienced a moment that completely shifted the trajectory of your relationship, for better or worse? I'd love to hear your stories of how you navigated through it.